So I would like to welcome you all. And so I'm particularly very happy that you've been able to visit Tibet.
It is very, very important to make clear to the outside world, or to other human brothers and sisters, what is really happening and what is the real situation. That, I think, is very, very important. Unfortunately, as a totalitarian regime, especially in cases like Tibet, the Chinese government information very distorted. So, if the people get the sort of impression or a view on the basis of this distorted information, that's very sad. But if things are good inside the world, again, people should know the good things. If things are not good, then people should know things are not good. That's very important. As one of the Deng Xiaoping's slogan, sticking from fact. I completely agree. That's very wise. But in order to stick from fact, the fact should be genuine fact, not artificial fact. So therefore, like you visit Tibet and see what actually is an actual situation, that's very useful.
All from Chile. We come from different places, from Chile, Argentina, Peru, the United States, and Germany. Different professions. We spent the last 2 weeks in Asia. The intention of the fact-finding went to Tibet in the first year with the intention of using how we can meet for mapping and service to our foundation.
Very good place.
We went from Changmu to the border of Nepal by land to Lama. There was a lot of little villages. When we went to the region of Lama, very simple, small villagers that have your picture in their back room. And she got the last up of the situation very hard and very controlled. Wow!
Is it the first time for
Anyone who visited
Tibet?
Yes.
or come? Anyone who has been to Tibet before? When?
Last year.
Last year. And do you find some differences? This is 1 year, last year and this time. Do you find some differences?
Yeah, I found that it seemed like it had deteriorated more in the year.
Yes. Things is right. And do you notice, did you answer to get over?
Did you notice whether there were more Chinese than last year?
No, the same.
It just seemed like the Chinese influence was more. I couldn't tell if there were more Chinese or not.
Then India, which places you?
We were in Varanasi, only Varanasi, but in Delhi and
In Nepal?
we went to Kathmandu for a night.
Then fact-finding continue.
So from this fact-finding mission, what did you find?
We find that there is a lot of suffering, and there is a lot of conditioning, that the younger generation of Tibetans are being brainwashed to speak the Chinese program. That they have done a very powerful work in denying everything of the past and seeing it in a negative way. We find the living condition is very, very miserable, very downgraded. that there is begging or probably hunger and a lot of anxiety for the survival in the place. That the guides and the people that showed us whether they were Chinese or Tibetan, and even found that the Tibetan was so much more oppressed that the description of the situation was like a double agent. One guy stopped at every police station and informed what was happening. We had pictures of the others to give around. We were very much told to keep them in our pockets and never show them. The roads of the agriculture, the land was destroyed. We spent one night sitting in the cars because the land collapsed. 30 kilometers south of Lama. Very cold night, and we experienced a lot of sadness. We had the hope that we were going to get out, but we also felt the suffering of those people who never get out, because they're there always. Due to rain and due to landslides on the road, and also a tremendous passivity in the people that had to fix it. We ended at 6 in the afternoon and they came back at 10 next morning without a key to move the truck. It was very, very passive, very aggressive at the same time. Nobody cared about anything. We had the greetings from monks in Daramshala, waiting to return, waiting to go to the middle land. All it was going to be. We miss you a lot there and would like to see you either. Do you see any hope to it?
Oh, certainly. I'm optimistic. If you judge Tibet situation on the basis of the situation in Tibet itself, then of course things are very difficult. You can easily get some feeling of frustration. But since the Tibet issue was not developed due to civil war within Tibet themselves, not like that, not like Cambodia. So the Tibet situation or Tibet difficulties happen because of some new guests who are not properly invited. So that's the problem. And that guest eventually become rulers. That's the situation. So therefore, the Tibet issue very much related with the development in China proper. Now look, China proper. Of course, it is the same constitution, same one party, communist one party rule, still. But at the same time, in reality, much already changed. And I think, month by month, things are changing in China proper. Now, leadership change, and I think the whole, the view, concept, also changing. I think at least in China proper, now I think the people's concept, now at least now coming to nearer and nearer to the reality. I think that's good. So more and more Chinese now get, better awareness about Tibet. As a result, some very favorable articles also now, appear.
Right.
Written by Chinese. Now, as I know, some of these articles, very favorable articles regarding Tibet issue, can't find publisher 1 year ago. Now today, they found some publisher. Also, circulation very limited. But these are the signs of new change. So basically, people from China is in the process of changing. And also, I think one significance, after handing over almost to the Chinese government, more than 1 year, I think handling seems quite remarkable. Unless I think in the minds of authority in thinking, their mental state, mental attitude, or mental state still remain like I think the 60s, 70s. And I think things won't be like that. I think. Then also the Clinton's visit in Tibet, the two presidents in the press conference, it's a live show to the millions of Chinese. Telecast live. I think in previous China, such things are actually impossible. And these are, I think, indications. So therefore, this is judging from these all development. I am quite optimistic. So we need more patience, more determination, yes, definitely. So meantime, we very much appreciate our supporters, or our support from many parts of the world. That's very essential. Although we do not want to, although we do not seek solution from sort of like United Nations or things like that, we are trying to find a solution through dialogue with Chinese government. That's our main objective. And that also, we are not seeking independence. We are seeking genuine self-rule. Meantime, the support from outside the world, that's very essential. So I very much appreciate it. And basically I'm optimistic. So please be optimistic. If our support lost the hope, then a disaster. We also always trying to keep our determination. And Tibetans, inside Tibet, they're also really determined. Really determined. Entire Tibet population. In fact, 2 years ago, the Chinese Communist as a secretary in Tibet, he the one party meeting, he publicly expressed among entire Tibetan staff, officials or the party members, there are only 2 Tibetans who can be trusted. So according to Chinese, the official document, the Tibet in Dalai, in autonomous region of Tibet, the population is around 2 million. So out of 2 million, only 2 persons can be trusted. So that's wonderful. So I think the people of Tibet inside Tibet, and their determination, I think is very strong.
Very remarkable.
So, we keep our support and we went to Tibet. We have allocated 3 funds that are going on severe depression for the children that are taken from the ministry of more living Thank you. We also want to invite you to St. Petersburg next year at the conference of the National Conference. So we will present the National Conference in Florida and the National University. Who's the lawyer?
How are you connected to St. Petersburg?
Connected to my foundation to the American Services for Religious Psychology. And Florida International University wants to invite you for April 4th, 2000 for a class afternoon. A lot of practitioners that would be very interested in There's all the details, the center, the symphony hall, like happened in Madison, Square Garden, 91. Thank you. Thank you.
Just want to ask you if you have any questions.
I have introduced the connection to the chief administrator of all industry, of all the automobile turbines, and he's a personal friend of mine who knows that I had the chance to meet with you. And I think he has there's a lot of money, and I think I have his address, his friend address with me, and I would like to give it to your administration and tell him that I think he would support you financially quite a bit if that would be a good help to you.
Thank you. Thank you. 중요하다, 가정들이. 그런 통들 위험이나, 내리는 안 더 속이 내려요.
In the fact they are interested.
He's interested, his wife is a doctor of medicine, he is very interested in supporting Tibet.
And as soon as was saying that if they have any special preference as to where they would like to help, like health, education, religion, whatever,
Yeah.
if they could let us know, we would do it accordingly.
If you also need some help in publishing books, I could be here of some help too, because I'm connected to my husband who is dead, to publishing company.
Thank you. 난 당연히 그다음에 육수들을 계속 이쪽으로 주세요.
Thank you very much.
You have my card.
If this autonomous situation we get handled, then what would your role be in return? Because that's a question that people in Tibet
Officially, I have no rule. I mean, my basic belief, the future Tibet should be genuine democracy, should have genuine democracy. While we remain as a religious community, all that we now last almost 40 years, we right from the beginning, we committed fully to work for democratization. So now regarding the Lama institution, even as early as '69, one of my former statements, I made clear that the institution of the Lama, whether it should continue or not for the Tibetan people. And then '92, another my official statement, I stated that the day of our return with certain degree of freedom, then I, if possible, our own intention is as soon as I return to Tibet, I set up one interim government. That interim government should be elected through electoral college, some form of the election. We can't carry the general election. So that interim government, as soon as it's set up, I will hand over all my legitimate authority to that government. In the meantime, our exile government also already dissolved. And I have no longer any position in government. I want to be a just ordinary citizen. So that's more or less my final position. And then that Indian government should carry a general election within 2 years. And the genuine, properly elected government should be established.
And foreign relations will be in charge of
Of course. There's in the start of the proposal, defense and foreign affairs handled by Chinese government. Then all the other business or activities which we Tibetans can handle better, like education or spiritual matters, and also preservation of culture and also environment. So these truthfully, those things which we know better, then Tibet should have full authority. And then other fields, besides foreign affairs and defense, even other fields like the development of industries or mining, certain things, I think the Tibetans, there are unfortunately, I think, very few who train these things. I think we need the Tibetans, we need the Chinese experts. Then, as I mentioned earlier, not properly invited, but you see, from our side, we decide now this kind of development should be there, this kind of project we need, but we can't effort. So we extend proper invitation to the Chinese government. Then experts come. That's very good. So that's the proper reason. In the economic field also, I think certain people, Chinese, I think, should get work. So that's the basic structure of such rule. So then I myself remain just remain nothing. So sometimes you see remain in Tibet, sometimes in China proper. Then also outside the world, during our refugee period, refugee life time, where during time we have a lot of friends in many parts of the world. So I want to keep close relation with those friends who become our friends at the time of our darkest period. So that friendship, I really concern very, very, very genuine, precious friendship. Our friend, not like I think a friend of money, or friend of wealth, or friend of power, or friend of politics. Simply, out of human concern, human grief, nature, another human brother, sister, passing through, then respond to that as a human nature. So, according to that nature, now these are our supporters. But I said, come to heaven. So, the aspect which, till my death, I want to keep close friendship. So I want to be a free man. To one live in Tibet, to one in China, to one in India, to one in America, to one in Europe, to one in Latin America, like that. So no responsibility of politics or administration, nothing. Just my own sort of, I think the most favorite or my most interest being in a straight way.
Dalia.
That's the promotion of human value. In that level, there's no difference whether Chinese or the Indian, whether Tibetan, whether American, Latin American or African, there's no differences. And then in another level, try to promotion of religious understanding between different traditions. That's still my debt, I will care. It's very issue. Then those elected Tibetans, they should care. Then I can blame on them easily.
That the only thing that should be free is the recognition, the faith and the integral. Why is that such an important statement for China and such a difficult statement for Tibet?
Of course, the Chinese are ground solid issues, ground unity issues.
They always consider the unity of the nation as one of the primes of interest.
This is okay, no problem. My side also. I'm not seeking independence. I'm not seeking separation. That's very clear. That's my very clear objective. I'm fully committed. And then that does, and then as I say, historical.
As far as the history is concerned,
my position is whether Tibet is part of China or not. That's up to history and up to legal expert. This is not a political decision. And no matter what the past is, that I'm looking forward. Try to find a solution which can be guaranteed which the Tibetan happily remain within people from China. No problem. That's my thinking. Even two separate nations under mutual benefit happily can join, can work. No problem. That's limitation. If mutual benefit is not there, even China proper, the southern China, northern China can be divided. If there is no common sort of interest in that, then it's possible. Even within Tibet also, it can be divided. But that's a different matter. That's my basis of thinking. So as far as the future is concerned, I am fully involved or committed that Tibet should remain, Tibet will remain part of people from China. That's my position. But if the Chinese government wants to change history, then
very difficult and complex.
very difficult. History is history. Past is past. Now we can't change that.
I bring greetings from Canada. But my question is, it seems that the whole world, all of humanity right now is looking and going towards a new level of freedom spiritually. And do you see a parallel between what's happened in Tibet for yourself personally and your people and the change that is going to go on for all of humanity? Is there a parallel between the things that you know?
What do you mean by parallel?
That Tibet and yourself is a microcosm of the macrocosm of all.
Perhaps. Like I think human rights issue, and also right of self-determination, right of preservation of one's own culture. Tibet, of course, one of the cases. There are many other cases also. Now I think it was unlike, say, 50s and 60s. Now today, concept of human rights, concept of right of self-determination, these are, I think, much wider sort of accepted.
Universal, more widely accepted, becoming more universal.
And then rule of terror. And then also now, I think they are such days number should go about.
And so this feels that this period or the tenure of the rule of terror, where days are numbered.
But that is true also for all of you.
That's what it's only.
No, one. Oh, not like a concept of non-violence, ahimsa, and also the dialogue in the spirit of reconciliation. Now I think one clearly now, the South Africa, very clear. So I think, and then I think the recent events, recent means I think now last, I think was 1 decade, the democratic movement from Philippines to Chile. These are the, and also the disappearance of Berlin Wall, these and collapse of Soviet Union. These are not by violence, but by through non-violence and the popular movement. Whether communist authoritarian or non-communist authoritarian, now these regimes changed by popular non-violent movement. I think these are great. Now Burmese doesn't have very much of power.
Mr. We have to watch the situation in Burma.
I think because of worldwide moral support, now, seems now, yesterday, there are moral movements in Burma also now becoming more active and more, I think, government side, religious journal side. I think find it more and more difficult to control. But still, they are good friends in meeting. And Kubik, what will happen?
So that
Or the concept of Kubik independence.
separation, I be afraid that it's going to be one separation.
I think worldwide, now the trend, the complete idea, they had it yesterday, the concept of complete independence are no longer there. I think heavily interdependent. So complete separation, not necessarily, I think, the right answer. Maybe, I think, better to have much more closer relation. Meantime, it's complete freedom.
Really, from the sociological to the spiritual, if you go back to Tibet and take the position of a free man, how will your next incarnation appear and the role that contains that little intelligence?
That also is of the Tibet. When people, if when people feel the need of another reincarnation, then of course another reincarnation will come. But if people, majority of the people feel no longer in the judgment, this institution will cease. That's how the journey. So now look, the Tibetan nation, several thousand years. The Dalai institution only got a few 400 years. That's one of it.
And if the reincarnation of the reincarnation of Daramshala has been happening longer than 400 years.
Oh, that's also different matter. Just the individual as the reincarnation, reincarnation or manifestation, different manifestation of different Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That's always there. That, even communists. No doubt, as a Buddhist, I believe. among these formal sort of union. There should be, I think, many many manifestation of visited Buddha. That's all. Not necessarily appear as a Buddhist. All form of life, just faith. That is what the Buddhist viewpoint. So even in my own case, in my favorite prayer is, as long as space remains, as long as sentient beings suffering remain, I will remain. That's my determination. That's my will. So my will will remain. But whether this is the name of Dalai Lama, that's different. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.